perfect for you. Ah, she's like singing out of my soul. Sometimes we get lost in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rosalie Elliott Show. We're all about world music and psychology, and it's time to listen to some more Bob Seger. Did I say his name right? Oh, I was getting it in the comments last time I said it wrong. So we're going to check out his song, Turn the Page. Let's see if this one's as deep as Like a Rock and what we're going to get from it. Are you ready?
On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out his one-note song. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through.
Ooh, I think this might be a play on riding, like being on the road, but also riding as in you don't feel like riding. Maybe writing songs, right? His voice is amazing.
See, here I am on the road again.
The run.
There I am up on the stage. Here I go playing star again.
Playing star.
There I go, turn the page.
This guy's good.
Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can't hear them talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered, you don't dare make a stand. Here I am on the road again. There I am, up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pulls out your body like the music that you play.
This is so poetic.
Later in the evening as you lie awake in bed, with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what you said. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. There I go, turn the page. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. Here I go,
Jeez. This man can sing. Oh, the rasp and that grit in his voice, so much so cute, crazy range. A very warm smile, a warm expression, I feel, which also adds to I think how people perceive him. This song I think is very clearly about his life on the road, as we can see, and his life as a star. And I think that's beautiful to have a star be honest about the experience and all the sweat and the tears and the struggle and doing it again. Here I go again on the stage and putting all his sweat in as the music is flowing out. But also speaking of turning the page, as in either we're turning the page, same thing tomorrow. It keeps being the same thing every time you flip the page. It's the same book, it's the same story. Or perhaps expressing turn the page as a desire. I wish we could turn the page. I'm ready. I'm exhausted. I want to turn the page. I want to change. I want to change the story. I want to change the page and move on and do something different. Um, but I think it really expresses well that emotional toll, even as RollingStones.com says, countless songs about the emotional toll of constant touring that there have been, but Turn the Page is the best. Bob Seger wrote it while on a particularly hard slog of a tour in 1972. He walked into a gas station in Iowa and all the locals glared at the big guy with the long hair. He'd been traveling the country for years with little to show for it and was extremely frustrated, and he poured all those feelings into the lyrics. This famous sax part was written by Silver Bullet Band saxophonist Alto Reed. The producer told him to write a part that sounded like a lonely street corner in New York at 3 a.m. The song has since been covered by Metallica and Kid Rock. Wow. Legends covering the song. That just shows you how powerful the song is. The reason why I also like this song, just to come at it a little bit deeper from a psychological standpoint, in addition for it having so much emotional grit and soul expressing that journey of a star who's working so hard, feeling like it's all for naught, looking for recognition, longing to be accepted and seen. To me, that story may not be relatable to everybody. Plenty of people that do music know that feeling. I've never toured, but I've done plenty of gigs and where I know how exhausting it is to be there with the band and setting up and rehearsing and then waiting, hurry up and wait, right, till it's time to go, or breaking down, trying to be on, maybe being exhausted and going through your own stuff at home. And now you're trying to entertain and be on, and it's exhausting. And it's people that do that, artists that do that, bands that do that. It takes a lot of work. I think sometimes we romanticize stardom and singers and artists, and we think they're just living their best life. They get all the girls and the drinks and the fun and the free access to the VIP. But it's actually a lot of work, especially if you're talking about good artists that are really serious about their work, that want to create and put out their music. It's hard, right? Sometimes you have places and venues where artists are singing and people are talking in the back and nonchalantly just going about their business, not understanding this is art. Pay attention. This is someone pouring out their heart and soul, putting their life into song. So when you're talking real musicians, people that really care about this, that are not just strung out on drugs and don't give a crap and whatever. You have real artists who really care about their art and want to be seen and respected and share their beauty, their love, their music. That takes a toll on you. And so it's powerful to have a song like this, but I think it's also relatable for everybody else that is not in the music industry or that has never tried to be a star or toured like Bob Seger has here. I think that it tells a story of going through the motion, because quite frankly, all of us do. Both people in the high places and the superstars, as well as your everyday Joe working his 9 to 5. We all know what it's like to be going through the mundane. And it's easy to romanticize other people's lives. It's easier to think, well, if I had their life then. Well, they still have to go to the bathroom. They still have to eat. And they still have to do certain things. Sure, the more money you have, maybe the more you can have other people do that for you. But maybe not the going to the bathroom part, but, cooking for you, getting your groceries and whatnot. But my point is that all of us can relate to going through the motion, working hard for a purpose, to be seen, to bring out your work or your art to the world, to be accepted. We do it for different reasons, depending on our core fears and desires. For some, it may be looking for recognition because they've based their self-worth on being somebody, or looking for praise and affirmation because they have based their self-worth on being successful or finding love or wanting to be unique or special, or whatever the reason is. We all are doing things for a reason, and we know what it's like to go through the mundane. You could be in a beautiful place on the other side of the world. Even there, eventually, vacation mode will leave and day-to-day life will kick in, and things will become mundane and ordinary, and you'll go through the motion. And there's something to be said about that toll that it takes, and sometimes coming to a point of saying, turn the page, here I go again. So I think this is beyond, as even with Like a Rock, a song where we can see a lot of beautiful poetic songwriting that is relatable and that is yeah, very poignant to the human experience. Beautiful. And that voice, oh, what did you guys think about this song? The saxophone was phenomenal. This whole song was a very beautiful one, an enjoyable experience. What other songs by Bob Seger are your favorite? What about this song do you love? What does it mean to you? Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next ride. Heyo!